Hey, it's Deborah. I just wanted to get on here and do a short video about my David Austin roses that I planted. I started planting the first few here February the 21st, and then the next few down I planted like the 1st of March, and then the end, I think it was like the middle of March. I think the last ones to go in were around March the 12th or something like that. Anyway, we'll start with Litchfield Angel. It just opened up today fully, the first one. And I smelled of her and she smells so good. Smells so good. And then here's a new bud. Fixing to open up. She's just really pretty. Let's see. I mean, it's just got some new growth on it here, fixing to come out, and it just looks really healthy. So I am very pleased with Litchfield Angel so far. That one's really pretty. Fixing to open up, and it's supposed to rain this weekend, and I'm just dreading it. I think I'm gonna come cut these blooms after a while and take them inside so I can enjoy them. I think it's like 95% chance for us tomorrow. Next is Boscobel, and I have heard great things about Boscobel for the south. That she blooms all summer long, and full sun, and does well in the heat. I mean, we have humid, hot summers, so all of these are just, you know, it's a test for me. And I will baby them though. I'll water, you know, every few days if needed. I will even get some shade out here if I need to. So I just, I don't want to just leave them out here to suffer in the heat. So, but I've heard that Boscobel does really well. Let's see, next is Queen of Sweden, and I've heard great things about Queen of Sweden also, that she does really good. Really pretty blooms there. Maybe you can see them. But when they first start blooming, it's like a peach color, and then it turns to just baby pink, and I love that. Love it, love it, love it. And that one's about to shatter. But really happy with this one so far, and if it continues to do well for me, and next spring I'm gonna plant, or even this fall if I can, if David Austin has them in stock. I want like a whole hedge of them, well, probably starting about here and then going all the way down back behind this fence, because I just love how they grow straight up, and I love them. But anyway, Queen of Sweden. And next is James L. Austin. James was the first to bloom for me, and just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And look at that, fixing to open up. I mean, I've heard that he does really well, and just always blooming. So we will see. Just there's like 4 or 5 there. there's more there. And then just, yeah, it's just done really well. And that little button center, the button eye center, I think is what they call it. So pretty, pretty, pretty. And then next is Windermere. Windermere is looking really good. It's got a dead, or no, it's a bee or something in there. I'll leave it alone. Looks happy, maybe. But look at all those buds around it. How pretty. It's got like a pinkish red tinge to the buds. And there's some more. And then here's it fully open. It's a pretty good sized bloom also. But it fades to white. It starts out a creamy yellow like, and then it just fades to white. So pretty. And then next, here is Wild Eve. Once this one blooms, it will probably be my favorite. I'm just saying, I love looking at pictures of this rose, and it has buds all over it. Little clusters of 4, and there's 1, and there's 4 more, and there's 5, and then this one right here is just fixing to open, and I hope the rain doesn't mess it up, but it's got lots to come, so I'm not too worried about it. But I mean, the foliage looks so clean and pretty on this rose, and then all of them that I've showed you so far, it looks so good. Just looking back, you know, they're all different, the foliage and everything, and I just love that about these roses. And then this one with James has got like a deep, I don't know, olive color. And then that may be more olive, I don't know, but anyway, they're all different, and I love that about these roses. And Boscobel even has a different color, but the leaves, I mean, they're clean. You know, I've got some roses that have black spot, and I've got all these David Austins, you know, in a separate bed, and I hope that nothing gets to them. But so far, I haven't had a bad problem with aphids. There's been a couple of buds that maybe thrips got a hold of when they first started to open. That was a Boscobel that one had some, but no, I mean, not many at all. Queen of Sweden's been great. James had maybe a little bit of one bud that had some thrip damage. Windermere has done good so far, but Wild Eve has been, I hate to say perfect, but so far perfect, and I hope she stays that way. I tell you, I pray about my roses like I pray about my kids and my grandkids. Some people may say that's weird, but you know, you spend so much time in your garden that you should. I mean, it's just part of life, and it's things we care about, and I don't know, I try to include the things that I care about in my prayer life. Um, Next up is Munstead Wood, and he's looking really pretty, really nice. This rose, I bought it in memory of my dad. He passed away in 2022, and he loved roses, and I think he really liked the red rose the most. Maybe yellow also, but anyway, I just remember him when I was growing up, him walking around the yard with his sock of fertilizer trying to keep the Japanese beetles off of his roses. But yeah, so I planted that one, and I just really hope it does well. I'm gonna really baby this one because I don't know, I've kind of heard not so great things about it. But it's all just a test in my garden, because what happens in other people's garden doesn't mean it's going to happen in yours. So just gonna take care of it the best I can. And then I planted this Winchester Cathedral probably about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, and it has really come out. I say that it's probably been more like 3.5 weeks ago. But anyway, it's doing really good. Lots of foliage, and there's even a couple of little buds here. There's a little bud, and there's one. But yeah, when I plant mine, I just put in the hole, I put about a half a cup of bone meal, and mix some compost or black cow compost with some topsoil, and of course put in some of our soil also. But and I don't know, they seem to like it so far. We'll see. But this is another Boscobel that I planted, and it was about, I don't know, 2 weeks or so behind the first one, but it's, as you can see, budded up, and next week is going to be a good show for it. So, and then this is another Windermere that I planted. I don't know, I wanted to do like a pattern of light pink, and then dark, and then white, pink, and dark, I guess, dark pink. And anyway, it's got a lot of buds on it, but yeah, this one right here, it's looking like it's got another couple of weeks probably. But this one has been my only problem child out of the whole bunch. And this is Sophie's Rose, and it's had powdery mildew, but I have just pulled the leaves off, trying to manage it that way. I'll just get out here in the mornings and pull the leaves off. And I had to pull some off of this one yesterday, I think. So clearly it is contagious in the garden. But I don't know, these little spots you can kind of see. I'm not going to pull all of those off, but if they look really bad, and see, here's one that I need to pull off right here. You can see. Yeah, that's not good. That's got to come off. That's bad. So I'll just, yeah, and it's going to go on down if I don't get that off. So let's take that off. Well, I'll look at it in a minute. But anyway, Sophie's Rose is beautiful. Yeah, there's another one too, you can see. Yeah, I didn't pull those off, and it looks like that's infecting the bud some. So anyway, I think I may just snip all that off. But it's a beautiful rose. But if it continues to give me a problem, it will probably go in my problem area, which is at the back of the yard along the fence. I hate to do that to it, but if I can manage it just by pulling the leaves off, I will do that, because it's a beautiful rose and I don't want to take it out of the garden. I really don't. Let me see. Looking back. But that's Sophie's Rose, and then this, I've got two Olivia Rose Austins planted beside each other, and it's fixing to, I thought it would go ahead and open on up today, but it may not, but I'm going to cut it in a little while because I do not want the rain to ruin it. And look at those buds fixing to open. They're just so pretty. And then, so that's all, well no, that's not all of my David Austins, but that's all that I've got planted so far in this bed. I feel like my camera is not focusing very well. There we go, maybe that's better. Maybe getting hot. But I will go over here to Desdemona. Desdemona is, I planted her she was one of my first David Austins, and I transplanted her, and so she's, you know, filling out, but she has not gotten much taller than she was when I first planted her last summer. But she smells so good, but she's already had like a really nice flush for me, and this is just kind of leftover, but there's a little bit of damage there on those buds, you can see. Yeah, but she's planted over here with, I had a lot of roses that had aphids early this spring, and she really, well, yeah, she did have aphids on her, but I don't know, a lot of these did, but I try to keep a check on that daily, and try to keep those in check, and I'll just spray them off with the water hose. Anyway, that's Earth Angel right there, and this is Madame Lombard. That was my first bloom. The first bloom of the season was Madame Lombard, and she has been non-stop since she started blooming. Really great rose, and just look at all that's to come. I mean, she's an old garden rose from the 1800s, and I got her from someone on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm really glad I got her. And it starts out with a dark pink around the edges of the rose, and then it kind of fades to all pink. Excuse me. But it's done really good. And then I'm not sure what that one is. I think it's True Inspiration, but I'm not sure. Okay, but we're doing David Austin's. Okay, so um, I don't. Let's see. I do have Lady of Shalott down here. Lady of Shalott, and she has done really good with her first flush. She had, I mean, it was covered, but a lot of them have shattered, and I've snipped some. I made a couple of arrangements. But look at that. That's a new shoot right there, and it's gonna be really pretty. Can't wait for it. But I did have something kind of eating my leaves on this one at the start before it bloomed, but you know, I don't know really what you can do about that. So, but they're just, I love this rose and it smells so good, and it's just, I don't know if you can see it, but the way the sun's hitting it is just so pretty. So pretty. Love that rose. Love it, love it, love it. And I put it in the ground, let's see, I think I ordered it, well, it was in June of last year, maybe the 1st of July. But it did not bloom at all from the time I planted it, but it did grow and it got tall, you know, a good bit of growth to it. And it just, like they say, I mean, sometimes they don't bloom the first year and they just focus on the roots, and I'm sure that's what it was doing, and it has really done good, and so happy about it. But it was the first one that I planted in my garden. This garden is really, it's brand new. I had Earth Angel, this Earth Angel, and then the one over there when you first walk in. Those are second seasons, and then a lot of these, I started this one. This Lady of Shalott was my first one back here, and then I transplanted from the front yard Earth Angel, both of the Earth Angels, and a couple others, and then I've just ordered all winter, and I've planted during the winter also. I mean, and they've all done really good. So, but that is, oh no, I'm sorry. This is Charles Darwin, but he has not bloomed yet, but he's budded up. He's got one there. And then, oh, that one's a big one. Maybe he'll bloom next week or so. But his leaves look really good also, and really happy about him. But I'll do a full garden tour one day soon when they start blooming some more, because they're looking kind of rough right now. I will show you Wicked Sister down here. Wicked Sister is good. I really like her. I'm gonna cut her before the rain also, because she's got a lot of blooms. But this is her fully opened up. And I got this rose from Antique Rose Emporium, and really happy with it. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty. This one looks rough. It's really an old bloom. It should go. I should pull it off. But this is when it's kind of opening up. And this is it. Isn't that pretty? That's gonna be pretty. But yeah, Wicked Sister, Antique Rose Emporium. Love it. And then of course here's Bliss, Parfuma, Bliss, whichever way you say it. That yellow, that tinge of yellow in there, so pretty. And then another earth angel. So pretty. And this is Martha Stewart. And it's gonna open up next week, and it's got some aphids on it, looks like. I need to spray those off. But it's looking good. I really hope the rain doesn't hurt these either. But it's looking good. Okay, I guess that's all for today. And I will do another video soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.